talking today about freezing of gait. Now, freezing of gait is an abnormal gait pattern of sudden, short, temporary and unpredictable inability to walk. This occurs despite the fact that the person wants to and is trying to walk. This occurs despite the fact that they're trying hard to walk. It is described as feeling like your feet are stuck to the floor. The feet stay in place and the body continues the forward motion, increasing the risk of falling and injury. It can also be a common symptom of Parkinson's, but not everyone with Parkinson's experiences freezing. Many people with Parkinson's experience issues with freezing of gait when they are in mid or advanced stage of their Parkinson's journey, and it is dependent on the duration and severity of the Parkinson's. Dopamine in the brain is very involved in the movement of the body. People with Parkinson's have reduced levels of dopamine in their brain, which then affects movement, including walking, falling, and freezing. The brain circuitry that controls movement is very complex, with different parts of the brain interacting to produce controlled movement. The frontal lobe of the brain plans and initiates movement. The basal ganglia controls and regulates voluntary movement so that it can be performed smoothly. The brainstem then regulates balance and coordination. The cause of freezing is not fully understood, and it cannot be explained by slow movement or stiff muscles, which are part of Parkinson's. It is thought to be linked to the medication cycle and occurs more commonly during off periods. Freezing can occur with other repetitive tasks, including speaking, writing, and teeth cleaning. It can occur whilst attempting to multitask. Start hesitation occurs when there is trouble starting a movement. It can happen when trying to step forward after standing up, when starting to get out of bed, or in trying to swallow food or fluids. Now, causes of freezing are not fully understood. It happens when there is a disruption to the normal pattern of movement. It is worsened by anxiety and stress. It's also problematic when you lose concentration when walking. There's also issues with when the medication is missed, and also with constipation, because that means you can't uptake the medication as effectively. Now, there's triggers for freezing, and these include walking through doorways, turning around, turning a corner, multitasking, attempting to walk, and navigating obstacles or narrow and crowded spaces. Now, when trying to manage freezing, there's no magic treatment. A medication review may be able to improve your symptoms. Physiotherapy can build up your core strength and reduce risk of injury. Occupational therapy to review and minimise the risk of injury, and also to advise on assistive devices. It's important to learn about triggers, things that really start that process of freezing, and to learn to manage some strategy so that you can manage that freezing episode and not panic. Exercise regularly for fitness, strength and balance really helps to manage the freezing. Wearing supportive shoes at all times. No thongs and slip-on things with no backing. You really need proper supportive footwear. Using the prescribed walking aids. Having regular vision checks. Wearing clean glasses so you can really see where you're going. Ensuring that you take particular care when wearing bi or multifocal glasses. Maintaining good posture by focusing and maintaining that good exercise regime. Now, when you have freezing episodes, The tips to get moving. Always, always, always. Medication on time every time. Focus. Attention is required for balance. Wait. Remain calm, because you all know that stress makes your symptoms worse. And settle down. So then don't rush. Do not rush. Shift your weight from side to side. Sing or hum to a rhythm. You can also use a metronome for the beat, and a lot of mobile phones have the metronome available. You can march on the spot or stand still and swing your arms. And when you're trying to turn around, turn in a square or step around in a half circle instead of trying to pivot. That's really a dangerous thing for people with Parkinson's. They often fall if they try to swing around. You really need to pay attention, avoid distractions, and focus when you're walking. Think about always taking those long strides. You can also pretend that there's an imaginary line to step over. There's some research being done trying to improve things for people with Parkinson's who have freezing episodes. Neuro and Sensoria Health are preparing to start a study into testing smart sock prototypes that vibrate to stimulate the feet and encourage smooth rhythm whilst walking. This project is called Walking Tall. Shake It Up is also doing research into brain exercises and training to increase reaction times. And so far, this has only been undertaken in a small group, but it's shown some promise. And so they're looking to do a larger study to gain some real understanding and knowledge. The Brain and Mind Institute are also doing research into a stimulator to the spinal cord, which may improve freezing, but this is also at the very earliest stages. So that's really a lot about freezing to take in. It's quite a problematic thing as people progress with Parkinson's.